Morning, class. So today we're looking at equations. We're looking at the examples for exercise 4. That's all? The 3 or 4? Exercise 4. Very good. Music. Oh, music is more important than maths. Nice. Now you're gonna catch up this work, you mustn't. Come here. Wake up. The other total. This is the wrong one. The other mountain. So yesterday you guys have written down all this, the introduction and all the questions already. Not so. Alright, so today we're going to answer it, so it will go a bit faster because you have left space as well for these answers. Okay. So we're looking at the examples for exercise 4, and exercise 4 is on page. Exercise 4 is on page 102. Okay, so a solution to problems, or word problems. Practical problems or word sums can often be solved easily by using the information to set up an equation and then solving it. Tips for solving problems: state clearly what x represents. Begin with let the whatever be x. Answer the actual question, that's number 2. Number 3 says if two things are compared to one another, let the smaller one be x. Then express the other in terms of x, that's number 4. Example, how to begin. Here we are told word sums not complete. So, looking at the first one, we are told that a father is 3 times as old as his son. But normally there's much more that goes with it. Okay, so they just want you to start it off. So where do we start? Who is younger? Who is smaller in quantity here? The son. So we say let the son's age, or the son, be. Okay. So if the son is x, then how old is the father? X plus 3, she says. Okay. So say for instance the son is 12 years old. Then how old is the father? The son is 12. How old is the father? Yeah? 36. How did you get from 12 to 6? So you said 12 times 3. If the son is 18, how old is the father? Okay, that's big, no? Let's make it 18, you guys don't know 18 times 3. Let's make it 20. If the son is 20, how old is the father? 60. How do we get that? 20 times 3. So it's fair, is it fair to say that the father is going to be x plus 3? No. The father will be x times 3. Or you guys understand? See any confusion? But of course the sum carries on. Okay? So here in this first part of the exercise, we're only going to look with the explanation. We're only going to look on how to start off the sum. People, this is the next question, or the next example. the length of a rectangle is 4 more than the breadth. So where do we start? Which one is smaller? The breadth, not so. So we say let the breadth be x. Not so. So if the breadth is 5, then what is the length? 9. How did you get that? 5 plus 4. If the breadth was 8, the length is 12. How do I get that? 8 plus 4. So if the breadth is x, then what's the length? X plus. Can you see that, people? So therefore, the length is equal to x. Easy, no? Doesn't let me know if I'm going too fast. We don't understand. You're all with me?
Yes.
Okay. As you can see, these numbers changes, it variates, whilst you always adding the 4. Okay, that's the relationship that exists between the length and the breadth. Let's look at the next one. There were 200 people, adults and children at the concert. Now at this point we don't know which quantity is less. Could be males, adults, or it could be the children. We don't know. So we just choose anyone to be x. So let's say the children, if we're looking at the children. If there were 50 children at the concert, how many adults was there? Huh? 150. How did you get that? How did we get 150? We said 200 minus 50. Not so. If there were 75 children, how many adults? How do we get that? 200 minus 75. This was what the child's value. So, if there were 120 children, then how many adults were there? Yeah, how did we get that? 200 minus. So if there were x children, how many adults? X. Sorry? 200 minus x. Can you see the pattern? You see here, it was 200 minus whatever the child is, the children are. 200 minus 75, the number of children there. 200 minus 120, which is the number of children there. So this is going to be 200 minus the number of children there. You guys understand? So how do we start the sum off? We say, let the number of children be x. Okay? We could have let the adults be x as well, doesn't matter. But if the adults is x, then the number of children is going to be 200 minus x. This is the other way around. No? So therefore, the number of adults is equal to 200 minus x. Now, people, we do not write this down. I'm just using this as explanation purposes. Okay? We just write this down. You'll see later on when we do the equations, I'm not going to do this. Okay? But if a learner doesn't understand, then I first do something like this. So just to give them the understanding why it is 200 minus x. Okay? Because this changes all the time. It variates. Okay? Therefore, as that changes, we just say 200 minus whatever value is there. Okay, since it's changed for the variable, which is x, it's 200 minus x. Okay. Go with the next one. The sum of two numbers is 220. So the first number and the second number. Okay. So if the first number is 5, what is the second number? 150. How do I get that? 220 minus 5. Not so. The first number is 20. What's the second number? Sorry? 200. How do I get that? 220 minus 3. So not right. Sorry? 215. Oh, 2. Sorry. Yeah, didn't have breakfast yet. Joking. Right. Next. It was 100. 100 as your first number. What is your second number? 120. How do we get that? 200 minus 100. So if this is x, then what is your second number? 200. And that's 200x, not so? Can I write this as 200x? No, it's unlike terms. No? So where do we start? We say, let the first number be x. The first number is x. So therefore, what's the second number? Therefore, the second number will be 200. Sorry, 220. Did I write 200? 220 minus x. That's why you guys are quiet now. But tell me when I go wrong. 220 minus x. Easy then? Consecutive numbers. Give me an example of consecutive numbers. What are consecutive numbers? Consecutive numbers are numbers that follow each other. Yes. So if the first number is 12, then we get 13, 14, 15 and so on. So, consecutive numbers. So if the first number is 5, the second number is 6, and the third number is, the third consecutive number is, the first number, the first consecutive, the third, second consecutive, or the first number, second number, third number. It's going to be 6. No? How did I get 6? It's going to be 5 plus 1. Not so. How do I get the 7? 5 plus 2. Okay. You guys understand it, no? So if the first number was 18. Oh, can't wait till we're 18, eh? Okay. So the next number is going to be, the first number is 8, the next one is going to be 19 and then 20. How do I get 19? 18 plus 1 and 18 plus 2. Okay. So if the first number is 40, what's going to be your next number? 41. The next consecutive number then? Right. What's happening at the back? But then why must you make a noise? Are you normal or something? Are you not normal? This is distracting us, man. So what is this going to be? 40 plus 1 and then 40 plus 2. So if we choose the first number to be x, what will the next number be? X plus 1 and x plus 2. Can you see that, people? So what do we say? We say let the first number be x. Then what are my consecutive numbers? X, x plus 1, x. Okay. So we can test it. Let's choose a number for x. 50. So if the first number is 50, what's 50 plus 1? 51. What's 50 plus 2? You guys understand? Okay. Feels like I'm going too slow, no? Because you guys are catching on nonsense a little bit. Right, let's go to the next question. There are 40 coins in a piggy bank. Okay? Piggy is around, no? I don't know which banks you guys have. Right. There are 40 coins in a piggy bank. Some are 5 cent pieces and the rest are 10 cent pieces. So if you look at the 5 cent pieces, if there are 5 cents and then 10 cent pieces, no? So if there are 5 cent pieces, how many 10 cent pieces will there be? 30? 5. How do you get that? 40 minus 5. If there are 10 5 cent pieces, how many 10 cent pieces are there? 30. How do we get that? 40 minus. If there are x 5 cent pieces, how many 10 cent pieces are there? Right. So let's say let the number of 5 cent coins equal 5 cent coins equal x. 5 cent pieces be x. And then the number of 10 cent coins will be 40. Right. People, you guys understand? Is there any confusion? Did you guys get it? Alright, so now let's look at example 1. Example 1 says, think of a number multiplied by 2 and then add 3. The answer is 50. What is the number? So where do we start? We started by saying, let the number be. That was the unknown. That's what I want to solve. Not so? So think of a number. So the number is x multiplied by 2. So what do I write? X times 2. Then add 3. So it's going to become plus 3. The answer is 15. So it will be equal to. So what did this now become to us? Equation. And we now have to solve this equation. Not so. X is one side, numbers are the other side. What is 2 times x? 2. Equals 15 minus 3. What's 15 minus 3? 12. So 2x equal to 12. So I divide it by 2 both sides. So x works out to be, and we can test it. The number is 6, multiply 6 by 2, what do we get? 12. 12 plus 3 is 50. So 60 is the correct number. Okay. So the next one. Number 2. In number 2, we are told that the length of a rectangle it's still skewed. Okay. But anyway, the length of the rectangle is 5 more than the breadth. So which one is smaller? The breadth. So we say length, the breadth, P. Again, the length of a rectangle is 5 more than the breadth. So what would the length be? Sorry? X plus what? So it's 5 more than. 5 more than. Okay. If the perimeter is 38, how do we calculate the perimeter of a rectangle? Perimeter is going to be length times, no, not length times breadth, that's just area. It's going to be 2 length plus 2. The area of a rectangle is length times breadth. But that is what is in question now. If the perimeter is 38, so we first say the perimeter is going to be 2 length plus 2. The perimeter is 38. So what is going to be 38 here? P. Can you see that, people? The perimeter is given as 38. So that's going to be 38 is equal to, determine the breadth and the area of the rectangle. Okay, so we're going to leave this afterwards. Okay. So we'll of course have to calculate the breadth, which is x, and the length, of course, because we need that for the area. Okay. So we say the perimeter is 38 is equal to 2 times, what's the length? X plus 5. Can you see that, people? So what I do is I put that in a bracket. 2 into x plus 5 plus 2 into, what's your breadth? So what do you see again? Equation again. Simple equation, not so? So what we do? We multiply, I'll get rid of that bracket. What is 2 times x? 2x. 2 times 5? 10. 2 times x? 2x. Equals 38. Okay, so what do we do now? X is one side, numbers the other side. Not so? We bring this 10 over the equal sign. So it's going to be 38 minus 10 is equal to 2x plus 2x. What's 2x plus 2x? 4x. What's 38 minus 10? 20? How do I get x on its own? Divide by 4 both sides. So therefore x works out to be 7. This is in centimeters, so that will be centimeters. Ever answered the question completely? Huh? No. What else do they want? The area. How do you work out area? Length times breadth. So what is your breadth? 7. It was x. Not so. What is the length? 7 plus 5, which is? You guys understand? So your area is going to be length, which is 12 times 7, which is 84 centimeters square. Okay, you guys understand? Alright, let's look at the next one. Example 3. Find 2 numbers of which the sum is 165. The difference is 27. People, what does it mean if they say the sum? Add up. The difference? Minus. So the first sum plus the second sum equals 165. And your first sum, your first number minus your second number equals, or your second number minus your first number is 27. Okay. Find the two numbers of which the sum is that and the difference. So what do? We say let the first number be x. Then of course the second number will be 165 minus x. You all agree with that? Okay. So with this, people, I've actually used that information already. Not so? Because if I replace the first number with x, the second number is going to be 165 minus x. You see that? So what do I do now? The difference is 27. So what is the first number? X minus the second number, which is 165 minus x, gives you an answer of 27. Okay, again a simple equation. We'll get rid of the brackets. So x minus 165 plus x is equal to 27. X is one side, numbers are the other side. So it's x plus x is equal to 27 plus 165. The 27 plus 165 will give you 12. 192. So 192 is equal to 2x. How do I get x on its own? Divide by 2 both sides. So therefore x is equal to, going to give you, goes 8, carry 1, 86. Is that correct? So the first number is 86. No, not 86. 192. 2 goes into 18 9 times. 96. Okay, so that's the first number. So what will the second number be? The first number is 96, and of course the second number is going to be 165 minus 96. Okay, so 165 minus 96, that gives you 15, carry 1, it's 9. 15 minus 9 is 6. So the second number is 69. Do you see that, people? Therefore, the two numbers are 69 and 96. Do you guys understand? Okay? Then I got one more sum left. 2 more. So I'll do it in the next lesson. You guys can just watch the video later. The questions 4 and 5, examples 4 and 5. For homework, I would like you guys to do exercise 4, the odd numbers, okay? We'll do the whole exercise, okay? People enjoy the long weekend. Good morning, class. Alright, so example 4, these are the sums that you guys have written down yesterday. Go to example 4. And I'll put this answer. Okay. We are told that the man is 5 times as old as his son. So as according to the steps, we're going to let the younger one of the two be x. So we say let the son's age be x. Okay. So a man or the father is 5 times as old as his son. So the father will be 5 times. So it will be 5x or 5 times x. Okay, so that's like 5x. Then you go in 5 years' time. So this is present. So in 5 years' time. So if the son is 12, then how old will the father be? How old will the son be in 5 years' time? 17. Why? Because they were adding. So if the son is now x, the father is going to be x plus 5. Okay? If the father currently is 5x, so if the father currently is 5x, then in 5 years' time the father will be 5 years older, which is 5x plus 5. Okay? So again, in 5 years' time, you will be 3 times as old as the son. Now to take this into account, 3 times as old as the son, which means to say, whatever, in 5 years' time, whatever the father is, the father-son age is, you must multiply the son by 3, the son's age by 3 to get the father's age. Okay, so let's read again. In 5 years' time, a man is 5 times as old as his son. So son is x, the father is 5x. In 5 years' time, if you add 5 to the ages, so x plus 5 and 5x plus 5, he will be 3 times as old as his son. The father, whatever the son's age is, must multiply it by 3 to get the father's age. We don't put a 3 here, no? Because many times the learner makes that mistake. Determine the age of both father and son. So in other words, we must calculate what x is and 5 times x is. Okay, so how old is the father in 5 years' time? 5x plus 5. How old is the son in 5 years' time? X plus 5. So what do you notice here? I put it in a bracket. Why? So I must multiply the 3 by both terms. So you multiply in. I get 5x plus 5 is equal to 3 times x is 3x plus 15. Right, we're getting rid of the bracket, so it must be multiplied out here. Okay. So that's it. Thank you. Alright. So we can put x as one side, numbers are the side. Okay, so we got 5x minus 3x is equal to 15 minus 5. What's 5x minus 3x? Equal to 15 minus 5 is 10. Divided by 2 both sides. So x equal to
5.
But ever answer the question. Okay? So the question says, how old is the father and the son, and the man and his son? So the son is going to be x. So the son is going to be
5.
Therefore the son is 5 years old. And the father, or the man, is 5 times x, as you can see here. Which is going to be 5 times 5, which is 25. The father is 25 years old and the son is 5. The father is 25 years old and the son is 5. In 5 years' time, the son will be x plus 5, which is 10. The father will be 25 plus 5, which is 30. Which makes sense. Okay. Let's look at the last one. Number 5, we are told, find 2 consecutive odd numbers. Let's find 2 consecutive odd numbers. Okay. So earlier on we looked at consecutive numbers, but here's consecutive odd numbers. So if the first number is 3, then the second consecutive odd number is going to be 5. Okay? If the first number was 15, the next one is going to be 17. So if the first consecutive odd number is 99, the next one is going to be 101. Not so. So if the first number is x, let's ask ourselves again, how do I get from 3 to 5? 3 plus 2. How do I get from 15 to 17? 15 plus 2. How do I get from 99 to 101? 99 plus 2. So if I have x here, then this should be x plus 2. You see that?
Yes, sir.
So if the first number, so we say let the first number be x. Then what is the second number? Therefore the second number would be x plus. You see that? So find two consecutive odd numbers so that the difference between 5 times a larger number. So which one is larger? The first number or the second number? Second number. So the difference, what does that mean I must do? Minus. So the difference between 5 times a larger number, so it's 5 times the second number minus and 3 times a smaller number. So it's 3 times the first number. He's going to give us an answer of 1, 3. So what's the value of the second number? What's the value of the second number? X plus 2. So it's 5 into x plus 2 minus 3 into the first number, x equals 120. You see that people? So get rid of the brackets. 5 times x is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x is equal to. So what do we do now? X is one side, numbers the other side. So 5x minus 3x is equal to 120 minus 10. What's 5x minus 3x? 2x. Equals? 110. Divided by 2 both sides. What's 110 divided by 2? 55. Not so?
Yes, sir.
Never answer the question. The question says, find the two consecutive numbers. So if the first number is 55, therefore the numbers are 55 and
120.
120. If the first number was 55, what's the next consecutive odd number? 55 plus 2, which is 57. Alright. Well, that brings us to the end of the word problems. And with that, you should be able to answer exercise 4 on page 120. We have a long weekend. We solve that now. Okay. The full lesson can be found in the description box below.